What they found in the deepest place on Earth, the descent, the call of the abyss. There are places on this planet where sunlight has never touched, where time moves differently, and life itself bends the rules we thought were unbreakable. 7 miles beneath the surface of the Pacific Ocean lies a scar, a wound in the Earth's crust so deep, so dark, that for decades it was spoken of only in whispers. The Mariana Trench, the deepest known point on our planet, and perhaps the most alien world we've ever encountered, right here on Earth. For centuries it was a place of myth and fear. Sailors called it the mouth of hell, a pit so deep it could swallow entire ships. But they had no idea just how right they were. In 1960, two men, Don Walsh and Jacques Picard, sealed themselves inside a steel sphere called the Trieste and dared to go where no human had ever gone before. Down into silence, into a place where pressure could crush a submarine like a soda can, and darkness swallows all sense of direction. They descended for almost 5 hours. No one knew if they'd come back. And when they finally reached the bottom, nearly 11,000 meters down, they saw something that changed everything. Movement, a small, ghostly creature, gliding through the light of their flood lamp. Life, down there, in the coldest, darkest, most hostile place on Earth. Life. That discovery was supposed to answer a question. Instead, it opened 1,000 more. Because if life can survive there, at pressures over 1,000 times what we feel on the surface, then what else might be lurking in the abyss? Low swell of strings, subtle heartbeat rhythm. Decades passed, technology evolved, and humanity, restless, curious, insatiable, decided to go back. Not with submarines made of steel, but with machines of titanium, drones, cameras, and sensors built to withstand the unimaginable. The new age of deep exploration had begun. When the first high-definition cameras reached the Challenger Deep, the trench's lowest known point, scientists were ready for data. What they weren't ready for was what they actually found. Floating gently, 36,000 feet below sea level, a plastic bag, human garbage. In the most untouched place on the planet, humanity had already left its mark. But there was more. Tiny amphipods, shrimp-like creatures that live off the debris drifting down from above, were found with traces of industrial chemicals and microplastics inside their bodies. In other words, the deepest creatures on Earth were eating our waste. The abyss was no longer untouchable. It was contaminated, alive, but poisoned. And yet, something stranger still began to surface from the data. Microbial colonies that metabolize methane, gelatinous organisms that glow in total darkness, and even stranger, metallic particles embedded in the sediment, hinting at hydrothermal activity or perhaps something we didn't fully understand. Scientists had expected isolation. Instead, they found a hidden ecosystem, thriving, evolving, mutating in ways that defied logic. And for some, that discovery stirred something primal, something dangerous, the desire to go deeper. Brief silence, then a subtle sonar ping echoes in the distance. Exploration became obsession. Expeditions multiplied. The Kaiko, the Nereus, the Deep-Sea Challenger, piloted by filmmaker James Cameron. Each one returned with data that shook the foundations of biology. Each one raised the same question. What's really down there? The temperature near the bottom hovers just above freezing. The water is pitch black. Sunlight dies at 1,000 meters. Below that, even bioluminescence fades into spectral glows. Sound behaves differently here. Pressure bends and distorts it. And in that distorted silence, strange noises have been recorded. Metallic bangs, low-frequency hums, sounds with no identifiable source. At first, they were dismissed. Equipment noise, geological shifts. But over time, patterns emerge. Rhythms, repetitions, something or someone down there was making noise. In 2015, researchers recorded a 3.5-second-long metallic howl. It didn't match any known geological or biological sound. They called it the Western Pacific biotwang. an unidentified acoustic anomaly from the depths of the Mariana Trench. It remains unexplained. Pause, sound fades to silence. The trench, once thought lifeless, had begun to speak, and humanity listened. But the deeper we listen, the more unsettling the truth becomes. Because beneath the science, beneath the pressure, the darkness, the alien life, lies something more profound. Something almost philosophical. Every expedition into the trench is also a descent into ourselves, into the darkest corners of human curiosity, obsession, and fear. We go there because we must know. We go there because we cannot stand not